So to start, everyone able to see my screen, right?
Recording in progress.
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday we started discussing about if statements. So we started like if condition, how it will work, what is the syntax, if condition, then you have to give a expression. If the given condition is true, it will execute the expression. If the condition is false, it simply exits from the if block. And next is if else. How it will going to work? If the condition is true, it will execute the first expression. If the condition is false, it will directly enter into the else block and it will execute the second expression. Okay. So if you want to execute the multiple conditions and multiple statements, we have to use if and else if. So if the condition is true, then it will execute the expression. If the condition is false, it will enter into the next else if second condition, it will execute the expression 2. Okay. Else if the condition is 3, it will execute the third expression. Okay. Else expression 4. So else condition, without checking the condition, directly we can execute the expression. So like this, we can check multiple conditions, we can execute the multiple expressions. Okay. See the next one, if then do block. So till now what we did, under each condition, only one expression you are executing. If you are checking one condition, only one statement you can execute. If you want to execute the multiple statements, multiple expressions, if you want to execute under one condition only, then we'll move to see if then do block. Okay. So how to use this if then do block? See the syntax, what if then do block. Okay. So this is my syntax. See, if condition, then do the expression 1, expression 2, expression 3. Like this, n number of expression 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So under one condition, this condition is true, it will execute all these expressions, all these statements it will execute. Okay. So then do close with an end statement. Always remember your do will close with an end statement. If you not closed, it will throw an error. Okay. So under one condition, if you similarly want to check one more condition, similarly, if you want to check multiple conditions, what you have to do, you have to write else if. Else if condition 2, then you can check your conditions. Then do expression 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, n number of expressions you can execute. Okay. Like this, you can check multiple conditions as well. Under each condition, you can execute the multiple expressions as well. Okay. Finally, without checking the conditions, if you want to execute the statements, yes, else do. So we're not checking the condition. Directly else do, you can give the expressions. Clear? Okay. Let's see an example. See scenario. For example, class data set is there. Yesterday, what I told, check x is equal to f. First, x is equal to f. If this condition is true, create a new variable called gender description, give as a female. That is one. Second thing, if sex is equal to f, increase their weight by 2 times. Increase their weight by 2 times means create a new variable called weight1. I need a weight into 2. That's the 2 times of their weight, right? So for example, here 98 is their weight. So 98 into 2. Okay. like this. So that is my requirement. So check one condition like x is equal to f, created two new variables. One is gender description, another is weight one. The weight one is 2 times of their weight. That is a requirement. Not only one condition. One more condition also I'll give. Check x is equal to m. If x is equal to m, give the gender description as a male, increase their weight by 4 times. So weight into 4. So create a new variable called weight one. It is 4 times of their weight. So 2 conditions I need to check. Under each condition, 2 statements I need to execute. Can we write a program for that one? See, data, some class 1 data set I am creating. Set and that class is my input data set. See, I'm writing if condition first. If sex is equal to f, then do what is the first expression? What I want to create a new variable called gender description. What is the gender description? I need as a female. Okay. Next, give the second expression. What is the second expression? What I need? I want to create a new variable called weight one. What is the weight one? It is 2 times of their weight. So weight into 2. Okay. Close with an end statement. Clear? Weight into 2. Clear? Next. One more condition I want to check. Else if sex is equal to male. Then here also 2 statements. One is gender description is equal to male and weight into 4 times. Okay. Gender description I need as a male. I want to increase their weight by 4 times. Simple. Then run. So under one condition, if the condition is true, it will execute these 2 expressions. If the condition is false, it will go to second else if condition. If this condition is also true, it will execute these 2 statements. Clear? We run the program. See the log. There is a class 1 data set is created. Our 19 observations, 7 variables. See, for each condition, first sex is equal to m. Sex is equal to m means first if condition will fail, it will enter into the else if condition. The else if condition is true. It will execute the 2 expressions. One is gender description as a male. See, gender description is male. And increase the weight by 4 times. So 112.5 into 4, 450. Next, sex is equal to f. Sex is equal to f. First condition itself is satisfied. So let's execute these 2 expressions. Gender description you gave as a female, and we increase their weight by 2 times. So 84 2s are 168. Similar sex is equal to f. Again, condition is true. Gender description female, increase their weight by 2 times, 196, 198 into. Okay, clear? Like this, under one each condition, you can execute the multiple statements. Okay, so like this, you can add if and else if as well. Else do also, if required, you can add it. If not required, you need to add also. For example, you got one more requirement. Let us assume you'll hear only male and female there. Apart from male and female, if any other things are there, let's keep it as like this. Okay, else do. So we are not checking the condition. If not F and M, if any other is there, give the gender description as a transgender. Okay, increase their weight by 6 times. Okay. So you can write it like this. Without checking the condition, directly you can execute the expression. Okay, run. Anyway, we don't have anything, any other values apart from M and F. If anything could have been there, you could have get transgender and their weights as well. Okay. So like this, we can write a else two statements as well without checking the condition. Okay. Done. Clear? This is how we have to use if then do. So totally, these are the four types you can write it. Simply you can write if statements, if else statements, if and else if statements, if then do. Okay. Okay. Here I have to discuss one more point, that is, see, till now what we did, we are creating the, when the condition is true, we are creating the new variables. Agree? But suppose my requirement was not like that. I don't want to create any variable this time. My requirement is check x is equal to m. So wherever x is equal to m is there, those observations I need separately in separate data set. Or else x is equal to f. Wherever the x is equal to f, those observations I need a separate data set. Clear? Data, I want to create one mail data set from your SAS data class. What is my requirement? If x is equal to m, then I need those observations separately, right? In separate data set. To bring those observations separately, you have to write an output statement. Then output. Output to which data set? Mail data set. So whichever condition is satisfied, whichever observation satisfied this condition, those observation will go to mail data set. Run the program. See the log. There are 19 observations are there in SAS class data set. See, mail dataset contains only 10 observations by variables. Means this condition satisfied only 10 observations. What are those 10 observations? Wherever the sex is Boolean. Clear? So how it will work? First sex is equal to m, it will check. Yes, condition is true. So this observation will go to output dataset called mail. Next, sex is equal to f. Condition fail, come out of the block. It won't do anything. Sex is equal to f. Again, condition fail, come out of the block. Sex is equal to f. Condition fail, come out of the block. Sex is equal to m. Condition true. So this observation now will go to output dataset. See, Henry. Like this, every observation it will check the condition. If the condition is true, it will go to output dataset. So output statement always will redirect to output dataset. Clear? So this is how we have to bring the observation separately. Here you can also create two data sets at a time. Only here only. See? Male and female. If the condition is true, I can say those observations will go to male data set. Can I say if the condition is failed, output to female? So if the condition is true, output redirect to output dataset called male dataset. If the condition is failed, enter into the else block. Here we give the output as a female. So it will go to female dataset. See, at a time, two datasets also we can create. See, there are 19 observations we have. Male dataset, 10 observation, female dataset, 9 observations. So 10 plus 9, 19 observations. So your male dataset will contain where sex is equal to m. Your female dataset will contain where sex is equal to m. Clear? So this is how we can create a multiple observation, multiple datasets as well. Remember, throughout your SAS, only in this place, using this if else conditions only, we can create a multiple datasets at a time. In one data set, generally you can create only one data set, but here see two data sets you can create. No other place you can create a multiple data sets like this in one data set. Clear? Everyone understand this thing? Okay. So clear? See, tell me what is the output I'm going to get. If age greater than 13, then output class 1. What is the output I'm going to get? If I run this program, age greater than 13, then output class 1. Tell me.
It will show only age greater than 13. Below 13, it won't show.
So the data set will be created where the age is more than 30. Correct?
Yeah.
See, there are 19 observations are there, 9 observations are created, class 1 data sets. We got a age where more than 30, 14, 15, 16. Only these observations and keep separately. Now this program, I can also write it like this as well. Don't give the data set name. Even though it will create a data set. See, class 1 data set is created. So here, output statement redirect to output data set only. Here you are creating only one data set, so automatically it will go to this data set only. Whenever you will do multiple data sets creation, that time mandatorily you have to mention the data set name, because if the condition is true, this observation has to go to which data set? Male data set or female data set? So when you are creating multiple data set, you mention data set name mandatorily. If you are creating only one data set, even though if you not mention, it will go to that output data set. Okay. Next, even more simpler way. Don't write this one as well. If age greater than 13, condition is true, observation will go to class 1. Simple. Run the program. So this is also will give the same way. Okay. Class 1 data set is created, 9 observations, 5 variables. So you can write it in same scenario in a 3 programs. These 3 are correct. You can write it in any way. You can write a data set name, without data set name, and you don't need to write output statement itself. All the 3 are same meaning. Clear? Everyone?
Sir, can I get 2 variables like age and weight? If age is greater than 13 and weight is less than 15, like that.
Yes, you can write it.
Okay.
Age is greater than 13 and
Weight is less than 15, like that.
less than 15. And the program. See the log. There are 0 observations. Like write some 59 something. 57 is the maximum weight. Different. Means if age greater than 13, right? These are age greater than 13, right? Oh, sorry. Right. Age greater than 13, weight less than 57. I think very less people are there. Still 0 observations. Check. How many people are there for age greater than 30? or their weights are more than 60. So write it.
70.
Something. That's it.
The weight is in lbs, right? There you are checking the height.
Okay. Sorry. You're checking height or weight. Their weights are more actually.
Less than 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Above 70, all are above 70.
All are above 70.
Less than 100.
Thanks. Actually, I'm checking the height. Yeah. See, only one observation is there. Where age more than 40, 13, and weight is less than 100. Clear? You can write it, you can add it, and or you can use anything. If you use or, any one condition will satisfy, you will give out. Okay.
Age, height, weight. 3 we can get, sir.
You can write it, you can keep and add anything.
And okay.
How many
And
more?
greater than 60.
Yeah, you can write it, that's no problem.
Okay.
These three conditions you have to satisfy. Age greater than 30, weight less than 60, height greater than 60. Only one observation. Okay. Condition you can write it any number of conditions you can simply add and or. Okay. That depends on your scenario. Requirement. Okay. So this is about if conditions. Next, where? How to use the where? So this where we will discuss with by comparing with if statement, because there are some similarities between if condition and where condition. Okay, means in some places if will work but where will not work. In some places where will work but if will not work. In some places both will work. Okay, so we'll see a scenario based. Simply instead of explain directly where, so if I explain like this, you will get a clear clarity. Okay, let's see. See here, if A is greater than 30, so what is the output it is giving? Wherever the age greater than 30, so those observations are coming correctly, separately. We use if statements. Instead of if, use a where statement. So I'm creating class 2 dataset. Where age greater than 30. See output dataset. Now also it give you same output. Can I say in this scenario both if and where will work? You give the same output. But what is the difference actually? What if is doing, what is where is doing? Just understand the two logs and tell me. Class 1 and class 2 got the same output data set. But how if is working, how where is working? Clear? Anyone tell me how if is working or where is working?
Yeah, in if 19 observations were read, and in where statement 9 observations were read.
So what is that meaning?
Is after here completely the observation in if statement there is complete 19 observations with they are going with if statement.
Okay.
In where statement after which are the greater than 13, the which will be remaining in the 9 observation there were read.
Okay. So I can tell you, see simply, while reading from your input data set, you're reading all the 19 observations, correct? Means still this if condition was not applied here. Okay. While writing into the class 1 data set, you got 9 observations. What does that mean? Now it is applied. Means if condition is applied on your output data set while writing into the output data set. So if condition was applied while writing into the output data set. I can say if condition is applied on output data set. Can I say like this? But here, see, there are only 9 observations you are reading. What is that meaning? So this where condition you applied on your input data set only. Means while reading only, you read only 9 observations. And same 9 observations, you wrote it here. So from here, what you can say? Where condition is applying on your input data set. Whereas here, your if condition is applying on your output data set. In other words, if condition will work while writing into the output data set, where condition will work while reading from your input data set. Clear? So remember this point is enough. Note it down somewhere. This is a main difference. Where condition will work on your input data set. On your input data set. What is that meaning? That is while reading from your input data set. But where condition, if condition, not like that. If condition will work on your output data set. What is that meaning? That is meaning is while you are writing into output data set, it will work. Clear? That's the main difference between if and if. Clear? This is the main difference. These differences only will cause the different scenarios. So this is the scenario 1. So in this scenario, first scenario, in this scenario, both if and where will work. Both if and where will work. This is the first scenario. By end, meaning will be the it will, both if is working and where is working. You are getting the same output data set. Okay. Now move back to the next scenario. For example, I want to print the into the SAT self class data set. I don't want to print all the observations. I want to print only limited number of observations. For example, if sex is equal to M, only those observations I want to print. Okay, run the program. See, it's throwing an error. Statement is not valid. It is used out of proper order. Means this if statement is not working here. Let me try with the where statement. Where sex is equal to M. Run the program. See, it printed only where sex is equal to M details alone. So can I say in a proc states, if won't work, only where will work. In this scenario, if won't work, only where will work. Remember, in all the proc step, not only in proc report, proc SQL, proc sort, anywhere. Wherever in all the procedure, if won't work, only where will work. So this is a second scenario. Scenario 2. Okay, clear? Here, if won't work, but where will work? Because in all the proc steps, because in all proc steps, only where will work. Okay, clear? This is the second scenario. Next, see the third scenario. For that one, I'm creating some data. Let me create some data. This is my employee data set. Employee ID, salary 101, 102, 103, and 104. 4 employee IDs and their salaries. Okay, clear? Here, data, employee 1, set employee. So if I write a condition, I give salary greater than or equal to 30,000 means you will get more the salary more than 30,000, 30,000 and above. So those employees will come separately. The 103, 104 employees have salary 30,000 and above. So this thing you can also get it using where statement as. Okay. But this is my requirement. Okay, listen requirement. This is already I know. In this scenario, if will work and where also will work. See the requirement now. My requirement is create a new variable. Create a new variable called bonus. That is 10% of your salary. Okay, create a new variable called bonus. That is 10% of your salary. And from there, fetch a records where the bonus is more than 2,500 rupees. Fetch a record where the bonus is more than 2,500. Okay, data, employee data set, your employee 1 data set, your input data set is employee. So first they are asking create a new variable called bonus. Okay, bonus. 10% of salary. 10% means 10 by 100. Can I say 0.1? 0.1 into salary. So what it will do? I create a bonus variable first of all. Check bonus variable is created or not. 10% of salary, 20,000. 10% means 2,000. 25,000. 10% means 2,500. 30,000. 3,000. 50,000. 5,000. Created correctly? Okay. But I don't want all the 4 observations. What is my requirement? Fetch only records where the bonus is more than 2,500. I need a record if bonus is greater than 2,500. Clear? Understand? Similarly, can also same try with where condition as well. So you created one variable. On that variable, you are applying the condition. Here also created some variable. On that variable, you are applying the conditions. Now, in this scenario, which one will work? Where will work? If will work. Okay. Run the program. There are 4 observations you are reading from the employee dataset. See, employee 1 dataset is created with 2 observations. What are those 2 observations? Where the bonus is more than 2,500 rupees. See, those observations alone came separately. See, 103 and 104 employees have bonuses more than 2,500. Okay. If is working fine, then what about a where condition and the program? See, it is throwing an error. What is that error? Read that error. Variable bonus is not on the work dot employee. What is that work dot employee? Is your input data set. So on your input data set, there is no bonus variable itself. And you are trying to apply condition. How it will work? So what I told you in the starting, how where will work? Where will work? On your input data set. On input data set itself, we don't have any bonus variable only. This bonus variable you are creating newly. Correct? This bonus variable is not there on your input data set. That's the reason it is throwing an error. It won't work in this scenario. So can I say in this scenario? In this scenario, if will work, but where won't work? Where won't work? Okay, so you can say 2 things because where will not work on newly created variables. You can say in other words, where will not work if the variable is not available on your input data set. Both meaning will be the same only, right? If you are creating new limit, that is not available. If not available in input data set, it won't work. Because how where condition will work? The basic thing, where condition will work on your input data set. In input data set, while reading from your input data set, it will apply. But input data set itself, we don't have that new bonus variable. That's the reason it failed. Clear, guys? The scenario. So whenever this type of scenarios will come, if you have to use, because where won't work. Any doubts anywhere? Anyone? Any confusions, anything? Please guys, if you not understand, you can ask me. Don't hesitate. Anything. Okay? Clear everyone? Third scenario? Shall I move to next? See the next scenario. This time I'm not reading from the data set, okay? While reading from the data set, you are applying the condition, either if condition or where condition. Let me try directly while reading from the raw data only. While reading from raw data only, let me try. So I create a bonus variable and applying the condition. Okay. So this is one employee underscore one data set I'm creating to create. So while creating from input data set, while reading from the raw data only, I'm going to create a data set. That time, create a new variable, checking the condition. Let me try same with where as well. Okay. While reading from the raw data only. Previously, when I was checking while reading from the data set, already data set is available. From the data set, you are creating another subset data set. Now this is scenario directly from reading from the raw data only. Now this scenario, let's try. Run the program. See, employee underscore one data set was created, has 2 observations, 6 variables. What are those are? Where the if bonus is more than 2,500, those observations come separately. Now same thing. Let me try using where. Run the down. See the log. It throw in error. Means where is not working. Read that error. No input data sets available for where statement. What I told you for where statements. Where will work on your input data set. There is a data set only not there. Employee underscore 2. You are creating now only. That's why it's not working. Correct, right? What I told you in where will work on your input data set. There is no data set itself is not created. By the time this where condition is executing, there is no data set was created already. It will go and read from the input data set. There is any set statement with the input data set? No. That's the reason it won't work. Simply I can say, while reading from the raw data, where will not work, only if will work. In another way, you can tell where will not work if there is no input data set was. Both will be missing. So this scenario also same. If will work, but where will not work, because where will work on where will not work while reading from the raw data. You can say like this. While reading from raw data. Okay, clear? That's it. This is another scenario. That's it. These are the scenarios you have. Remaining everything will be same. Understand? Everyone, the difference between where and if? The first scenario, both if and where will work. Second scenario, if won't work, but where will work. Third scenario, if will work, but where will not work. Fourth scenario also, if will work, but where will not. Okay. That's it. That's the difference between if and where. Clear? Any doubts, anyone? Guys, any doubts? Anyone?
No.
Clear, everyone? Manasa, Swati, Sadhvi, Ramya, Mandit.
Yeah, clear.
Any questions? Anyone? Clear. Okay. Fine then. So loops we'll discuss in the next class. Okay. So I'm telling slowly. So patiently. So you guys also practice because very important the else condition because our work is only for analysis. Okay. Most of your analysis is on based on if else condition only. You are filtering they'll give some huge data, for example, 1,000 observations they give, you have to filter the data. How to filter the data? Every time you have to use this if else and if conditions, where conditions are do loops and all. Okay. So these are basic filtering analysis of data. Okay. If someone says in the market, we'll do the analysis. What is they will do analysis? This is what they'll do. Analysis is nothing but it's filtering. You are analyzing your data by applying conditions. Okay, these are basics of analysis. Fine.
Sir, do you share this video, sir?
No.
No.
You attended, right? Then why it won't come to you?
Okay.
I think today one guy was absent, Anil. It will go to him.
Why means if you share means when we are going, when we are getting it out, we can refer it now like that.
Recording
The live
stopped.
class, right? You can ask it now itself. That's why I'm reading and sharing the notes.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. I won't give recordings. I told you in the starting itself, right? It's for sale. Everyone. Okay.
Sir, in yesterday's class that I haven't one doubt, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Here we are creating a new variable with length statement, na?
Length statement we can define in the length. Okay. You're
We are
defining the
creating a
length.
new variable with the length statement.
Okay.
If we create a length statement, it obviously comes earlier than the like a name and all those different.
Yeah, it will come in the starting place. Correct.
Starting variables.
Okay.
If we apply the retain statement in this one, it will be applicable or not, sir?
It will applicable. You have to write one more step in the return statement.
Could you please one time?
Okay. Where you did, for example, here only you did it. You removed it. Okay. So let us assume on a length statement, you are creating one age group variable. For age group variable, you are giving some length. So what will happen if I use the length statement? So this age group variable will come in the starting place. Correct?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
the
sir.
problem for you. So that is think that I don't want the age group variable here. I want it here only. Correct?
Okay. Okay, yes, sir.
So what you will do? Use a return statement. Data, some class 6 data set will create. Okay. Use a return statement. Okay. So in which order you want the variables? You mention those order. You want name, sex, age, height, weight, then age group. Correct? So mention those variable name,
Yeah.
sex, age, height, weight, age group variable.
Age group.
Set your class 5 data set is your input data set. So close this data set before you run the program every time. You run from class 5 data set, class 6 data set you created, and you retain the variables in this order. Done.
Sir, can we add this retention statement in class 5 variable data set itself?
Okay. So while writing here only, yeah.
While writing there itself.
Okay. Run the program, see the log. Class 5 data set is created. Okay, it's not working out here. Do one thing. Try a bold length statement. Run the program. Class 5 data set is created. It's coming now.
Okay. Then means we have to enter the return statement above the length statement.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, yeah.
So actually, basically what is happening here, your return statement, if you mention anywhere, those variables will be created and then already. Then you are applying all these things. You are applying length now. So when you apply first length and length statement, which variable you mentioned, that variable will create.
Okay.
Then again you are applying the retain. Okay, that time it won't work. So you have so much confusion, you write one more step.
Okay, sir.
Simple. Now we are in the starting, right?
Hmm.
So if you write it in everything in one step, you go for confusion. That's the reason I'm writing everything in new steps.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Going
Yes.
forward, once you start practicing, once you write, you won't write these many steps. You'll write it everything in one step.
Okay.
Okay. When you understand what is retain, what is length, what is condition, you won't write 3, 4 first. For everything, you won't write one step. Okay. While you are practicing and all, while days will go, you start reducing the steps. Okay. Now we are in the starting stage only, right? So that's the reason
Yes,
we are
yes,
writing everything one step. Okay.
In the initially I have practicing this 2 to 3, 4 like that, sir.
Now everything you can write it. So for every
Okay.
rename, you generally rename, you'll write it one place. Keep, you'll write it in one step. Drop, you'll write it one step. Later stage, everything you write it in one step only.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All together.
Sudarshan, I have one query.
Yeah.
For this if else and where conditions, every time we are creating new data sets, can we do it in existing data set if we want to add a new variable?
We
And
can do it. We can do it. We can overwrite the existing data set.
okay,
See, in this scenario, see, this is your employee data set, right? Correct? This is your input data set now. Now I'm creating the bonus variable and applying the bonus on if condition. So I can override the existing data set also. If we give same data set name, it will override the existing data set.
okay,
See, 4 observation, employee data set is created, 2 observation, 3 variables.
okay,
I'm not creating a new data set. Same data set, it will override. Remember, always in a data set, which data set name will give, that data set will create. Even that is of same data set name or different data set. Okay.
So we can use if and then statement 3 to 4 statements, sir.
Yeah, you can use different if condition. You're writing one more if condition also, you can write it. One more if conditions also, you can write it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
2, 3 if statements also you write. M number of statements, 6 statements you can write. Okay. Okay. Fine then.
Fine, sir.
So that's it. So yeah. So tool installation, still anyone is suffering this tool installation? Balaji done? I think so for Windows 11 people it was delayed. For others, everyone, Ashok done, right? Okay. Sadhvi and Swati, I will call you at some time. Okay.
okay.
Fine then. So that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll catch you tomorrow.